All right. We have to look at this and dissect it, and we're going to talk about it. Future's Rewritten Ultimate started off with Shiva turning into what it is. However, the change on this is... Yo, I can't believe of all the things that they did lore-wise. Oh my gosh, dude. They really debated everybody with this. Everybody. It's actually so wild. Oh, wow. Dude. This was the most mind-blown moment I've felt in a long while for the sake of content, ultimate-wise. This is wild. I wish I knew what the translation said for that, but I don't have a clue, personally. But I'm very intrigued. This, oh my god, dude, the ultimate looks so good. And then we get hit with the fade into blackness, and instead we gotta deal with the memories. This man gives us, bruh. Oh, Fate Breaker. Yo, it's Fate Breaker Phase 1. I'm still starstruck from it. It's okay, so here's the beauty behind this is because they're not going in order. I feel like I've always tried to figure out the pattern of releases whenever they do stuff. So like first and foremost, like going on the list of previous ultimates, right? This is number 6, but UCOP has you going up against Twin, then Nail the Bahamut, and then Ads, and then Golden, whatever. It's an order. Ooh, the trial release order was Ifrit Titan Garuda, but they do Garuda, Ifrit Titan, and then Ultima, which is cool. T does Liquid, and then like BJCC. I don't count Crucifixion for Limita because like no, but technically it's Face Suit, and then Alexander, and then Perfect, which is awesome because again it's in order. DSR does like, you know, Dungeon, which awesome, and then they have you do like Trial, then Trial, and they go back and forth between trials, and then they kind of just combine the two, which is really cool. And then Top does 11, and then 12, part 1, and then 12, part 2, and then part 2, and then part 2 on repeat, which is really cool. So I really enjoyed like the consistency of how they kind of ordered things. But for this one, they actually flip it. Like, okay, so here's my theory. I had a theory. I don't know how true the theory is yet. It's kind of like a TBD scenario. I theorized that they were going to have you start, if it was in supposedly like going to go in order of like raids, I figured that you know, it would be E2 because Voidwalker, but Voidwalker is Gaia in armor, but like controlled, right? That boss can still be in the game. We don't know yet, but we know for sure though that Shiva is possessed by Metron, and that's the part of memories that we're trying to like rewrite, something of the nature. So I'm so impressed by the fact that the order of boss stuff doing stuff is not in order. I like that actually. Secondly, this arena for the fight is, for Fatebreaker specifically, I should add, for Fatebreaker specifically is actually pretty large. The arena's pretty big. The arena was, I feel like it was like much smaller, but I don't really, no, it was actually. The arena was much smaller for 11. But I'm assuming that they're going to also take into account the size of it, because if I recall, I think for E8, which is Shiva's platform was bigger than this. I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty sure Shiva's was larger than this. Or if anything, it is this size, but the aesthetic kind of like makes it like a little confusing, I guess. So there is that possibility as well. Now he also confirms that he literally confirms you can't sprint off and jump, which I think is awesome. I like that actually. So there's that. Okay. So he gets autoed twice and he calls it a day. And as you just saw there too. Wait, I think he's casting. I don't even know what it's gonna be called. It might be shifting elemental break or something, and he's casting lightning. Wait, can I see something actually? Is there I don't think that there was even like a. I want to understand if there's any indication that we can get behind the mechanic, because the beginning, the elements change. Let me think about this actually. Does the mechanically? Let me see. UCOP no, U no, T no, DSR technically no, top no. Like the order of the thing that comes out first is always the same for every ultimate. I think this is the first ultimate where the order that comes out the thing is different. Like it can change. So he's got God mode on. See, so now it's fire. Where is his debuffs? Are there anywhere? I don't see his debuffs anywhere. But they're doing fire now. Let me see if I can get like an idea what happened here. Okay. Oh, it hit him 4 times. Ooh. It hit him 4 times. It's channeling fire. He's got the thunder. He's got thunder on there. See, I don't see the debuff on him anywhere, assuming there is even a debuff. Wait, let me see. Oh no, you know what actually? There is no debuff because he gets the physical vuln up in front of him under his character. So that's the next question is like, if he gets hit with a physical vuln up, first off, it's piercing through his god mode, so that doesn't matter. You just fail that simply by not doing it correctly. It clearly hits like, let me see, 1, 2, 3. Is it 3 or 4? Okay, it hits like it looks like 3 times. Okay, so it hits him 3 times for some reason. And he's just gone. Wait, is that him? Oh, wait, it exploded afterwards. Wait, let me get that one more time. He explodes. And then it cleaves again. Okay, I think in theory what happens is it's gonna target. I'm assuming you go into clock spots for this. Also, just keep in mind the boss's hitbox is not like that whole giant brown circle. That hitbox is small. Like just as an FYI. For what it's worth, the hitbox is actually small. It literally covers the exact, like, is it circumference or area of like where his sword is out to like the the dragon circling around his body, which is cool because when you go back and look at Endwalker's bosses, the hitboxes for the bosses are huge despite like the thing that it is. So the fact that they actually designed the boss for this first phase at least to be small, the hitbox to me, in my opinion, is small. It's not like it's not small that where it's only his feet, but it's small. It's not like gigantic where you can, like uptiming this as a melee and a tank is going to be rough if it requires moving, positioning, something. I think that's really, really cool. So I'm really happy to see that's the case scenario. But I want to understand this though, because obviously he knows what to do, but he gets triple cleaved, dies, it clearly is cleaving multiple people. So if you had to assume that it's gonna target three people, it'll either be three people at random or it'll be three people by proximity. If it's controlled, it will make some kind of sense. But if not, then it's gonna be like an adjustment thing. So I'm very intrigued. I feel like it would be. I guess it's gonna depend because honestly, there's literally an explosion right afterwards, and we don't even know what happens after that. And then there's another set of cleaves. Hmm.
あれ
あれやんって
Interesting. Okay.
ちょ
And
っともう見たこと
also,
なかった
I wonder if it changes based on the
あれ
element.
ここ
まあ
まで
そうですよね
Hmm.
絶ですもんね絶ですから
Because I'm wondering like for a first phase, like how much do you have to do fight wise, you know? Because when you think about phases in Ultimates, like it's gonna be 20 minutes of just like a lot of stuff ongoing. And I mean, I don't know. I don't really feel like the first phase is usually like 2 minutes, you know? So it'd be pretty crazy if like it's a 2 minute phase, if not even, and 11 just crammed into it. Dude, there's so much that they could do with this, and or it could be like a longer phase. Like I mean, it's possible, but I don't actually know. I'm actually like very, very
ねえ
curious.
そうねついつい盛り癖が
Um
話をしていらっしゃいましたよ。
なるほど
because
こう
there's
いう
so
詩が
many things
も
that they
し仮
can
にあの
do.
時
ポロロンそう。
Let me make sure that they don't like cover. I don't think they go back in and pull. Okay, so yeah, this is all that he covers. I was trying to like get like a quick remembrance. Additionally, though, it's been confirmed that there's no um the difficulty scaling is relatable between DSR and top. He said that with if you play the game as normal intended, because like you know people be people, um, the difficulty will be similar to DSR, but it will not be harder than top. Now, I feel like it's going to depend on how you perceive the fight, because I think with the way how people do top, top is easier than DSR. But if the difficulty will be similar to DSR, then I think structurally this puts this ultimate in line of being, if not as difficult, then more difficult than DSR. Which, like, oh wow. Okay. I'm I'm not sure, but I'm excited because this is a lot of people's first raid tier series ever, and it's a lot of people's favorite raid tier series. For me personally, Fatebreaker is one of my favorite Savage fights ever, on top of Shiva and E12 Phase 2. Oracle of Darkness, the relativities was such an incredible mechanic. And that's the other thing too. Now that you understand that like me trying to take over Shiva, Oracle of Darkness is involved, um Fatebreaker's Phase 1, like they combine at some point. I'm sure that uh E12 Phase 1 is in there somewhere. I've already said this before, but I'm highly certain, like confidently, that there's no primals in this. So there's no Leviathan or Titan or like Ramu or Rakta with Ifrika Ruda. There is Shiva, but like you know that's Reen though. So like we don't it don't doesn't count. Um, people are thinking that there might be like a little bit of phase one, a little bit of phase like two, something with restoring the balance of ether with the primals. I think that if we're gonna talk about just like fight wise, I'm expecting it to be now in not in order, but I'm expecting there to be like we know for sure phase one is E11, which is good. We are definitely gonna be seeing E8, both forms, the farm of her being in ice form and light, so that's cool. Will be seeing E12 phase two for sure. The combination of those with like a trio thing involved. He's absolutely still going to be involved and blasting zoning things with his gunblade. So that'll be a thing. I'm expecting to see E12 phase 1, which is Eden's promise because Eden's Promise does destroy the memories like in the normal version. So I kind of feel like they'll repeat that in a sense in the ultimate. And you got to like either like it'd be kind of crazy if what is it? If Eden's Promise appears in Giganta form in the background and then will like smash certain crystals. That's what I'm thinking. Cause like if Mitron is taking over Shiva's body, you have to rewrite her history in order to have her not be taken over by Mitron and then remove him from like the situation and have them retain their memories as like friends. Cause right now I think like their friendship is currently in jeopardy because of what Mitron is doing. So I'm assuming that E12 Phase 1, which is Eden's Promise, will appear gigantic in the background and will either like use like the laser eye beam attack or literally like smash and crush fragments. Like there might be like various fragments that appear and you got to break them or you got to like something, just some way that you can kind of like figure a way to uh rewrite the history and then, as a result, I'm assuming that both oracles will be like, "Oh my god, like, thank you so much for saving us. We appreciate you." But like, we each have the balance of our light and darkness, and we need you to like, remove the balance or like, put it to the test, something, and then we cleanse it, and then we defeat her, etc. Now, I don't really know what it's going to be, but that's my theory at least. So, I'm expecting this to have a lore implicated storytelling like it did in DSR, because DSR actually had like the Wandering Minstrel like doing storytelling mid fight. I'm kind of expecting that in this. So we'll see. And we literally find out in like what is it, like 20 something days. So I cannot wait. It's gonna be incredible. This is gonna be so good. I can't. It's watching watching the intro go from Shiva to Fatebreaker was the most bait thing I've ever experienced, and it was crazy actually. So I'm sure everybody right now is freaking out over the ultimate reveal, and I'm just as much in my own little world about this too. So I'm gonna continue like kind of dissecting this on my own, but this is my idea at least for now. I'm so excited for this. I actually expect this to be the best ultimate designed yet. Weapon wise, fight wise, like everything, difficulty. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. I can't wait. But I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy. We're going to continue kind of like going through the stuff that they've changed throughout the live letter. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.